Good morning. Well, I'm another year older today. Yesterday was my birthday, and as you can see from the bags under my eyes, I'm much older today. As we kind of think on our life and years and different things, sometimes I think there's disappointment that comes into play. And so I was thinking about disappointment today, and I wanted to read you some scriptures on this topic. In 2 Corinthians, Paul says, I do admit that I have fears that when I come, you'll disappoint me and I'll disappoint you. And in frustration with each other, everything will fall to pieces. Quarrels, jealousy, flaring tempers, taking sides, angry words, vicious rumors, swelled heads, and general bedlam. I don't look forward to a second humiliation by God among you, compounded by tears. And so isn't that sometimes the way it is? We disappoint each other. No matter how hard we try, we think that we are doing the right thing. We have what we feel is someone's best interest at heart, but it wasn't what they wanted or what they expected or what they thought should happen. And disappointment happens, and then quarrels and jealousy. And instead of communicating and saying, oh, I thought you wanted this, and thank you so much for doing that, we can accuse and we can become harsh and negative. And disappointments happen all through life. This is a great time. A lot of us had a lot of plans for this past year. 2020 was going to be great, and it's been a little disappointing. So, saying that, I looked into some other scriptures. So now I'm going to go to 1 Thessalonians 5. And here, Paul says, get along among yourselves, each of you doing your part. Our counsel is that you warn the freeloaders to get a move on. Gently encourage the stragglers and reach out for the exhausted, pulling them to their feet. Be patient with each person, attentive to individual needs, and be careful that when you get on each other's nerves, you don't snap at each other. Look for the best in each other and always do your best to bring it out. Isn't that good words on how we need to deal with each other, just in our own homes? Be careful that when we get on each other's nerves, we don't snap. Look for the best in each other and always do our best to bring it out. And you know, that can be hard to do in the moment. That can be a challenge. But what it ends up bringing us back to then is a chapter that we all know and we all say we love, but man, is it hard to live. Yep, 1 Corinthians 13. I'm going to go there. It's hard, I know. I'm just going to read some of the things that love does, because in disappointment, we need to react in love. Love never gives up. Never. It means you don't get to throw your hands in the air and say, forget it, I'm done, I give up. No, love never gives up. Love cares more for others than for self. Okay, this is a really hard one for me. I'm the most important person to me, right? But love cares for others more than self. So that means when someone disappoints you, you kind of have no right to be disappointed, because you weren't even supposed to be worried about your own wants and desires. Love doesn't want what it doesn't have. Well, that's a good one for all of us, huh? Love doesn't strut and doesn't have a swelled head. It doesn't force itself on others. It isn't always me first. It doesn't fly off the handle. It's kind of like that snapping, huh? It doesn't fly off the handle. Let me turn my page. Love doesn't keep score of the sins of others. It doesn't revel when others grovel. Oh, sometimes it's really kind of nice to see people grovel when they've hurt us, huh? No, it's saying it doesn't revel that. It reaches out, it lifts up and says, no, don't grovel. It's fine. It's fine. I know you didn't mean to hurt me that way. I know you didn't mean to do that thing. It reaches up. It brings out the best in others. Remember that from back in Thessalonians? It works to bring out the best in others. It takes pleasure in the flowering of truth. That's hard. Sometimes we don't want to see the truth. Sometimes we kind of like our deceptions to ourselves and to others. But love takes pleasure in the flowering of truth. It puts up with anything. Anything? Puts up with anything. Trusts God always. Mike said this morning he had been listening to a gentleman who talked about God. He said, he was 90 years old. He'd taught world religions for 60 years, and someone said, "What's the one thing you've learned about God through all of this?" And he said that we're in good hands. We're in good hands. So we are. Trust God always. We're in good hands. Always looks for the best, never looks back, but keeps going to the end. These are the ways we overcome disappointment. That's a lot to unpack in 5 minutes. So take some time, read it, think about it, study it. I love you guys. Have a good day.